Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be covering 90 Fiance the Other Way Season 2 Episode 12. I believe I got the correct episode this video. This episode was kind of boring. I feel like they kind of rushed past a lot of people's segments, and I feel like a lot of the couples really have nothing to say. So overall, I thought the episode was boring. I want to know, when is it coming to an end? Because I feel like they're just kind of carrying it on forever, and I don't see an end in sight. So with that being said, let's talk about Jenny and Sumit. Really wasn't much to talk about them. They bought paint. They're trying to fix up their house. And Sumit tells Jenny that his brother, Amit, I believe, told him that his family is now ready to talk. Ready to talk about what? I don't know, because they already know that Sumit loves Jenny, Sumit wants to be with Jenny, and Sumit's not leaving Jenny. So I don't know what else he could kind of convince his parents that would change their mind about Jenny. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm kind of indifferent with this couple. I feel like, okay, they genuinely like each other, but like that's about it. So let's just go past that couple. So next we have Armando and Kenneth. Really wasn't much about them as well. So this takes place after the engagement. They're going now to eat dinner. They're talking with friends and family about them going to Armando's hometown to go pick up Hannah and to kind of announce to his parents that he's with this man. Kenneth is kind of pushing him to announce the engagement as well. I do agree with Armando that that's a lot of information to kind of reveal all at once, especially for parents are trying to get over you being gay, for one, get over you leaving your town and taking your daughter with you, and get over that you are now living with a man, like you have a boyfriend, or well, now fiance. So it's a lot for them to kind of take on, especially because his father was in denial. So I think that them not announcing the engagement would kind of be best for now, but it is what it is at this time. So next we have Ariella and Binyam. So, I don't know, sometimes with these couples I wonder, like, do you guys, like, is there any type of, I know there's a language barrier, but is there any type of communication that has to do with serious topics? This is someone you want to marry, or you want to be with for a long time, and you guys are not having these serious conversations. For example, religion. They are brought up under two different religions, and one is Christianity, and one is Judaism. And I'm sure they both knew this, and yet they're talking about, like, oh, so what's gonna happen to our son? How is our son gonna be brought up? And I'm just like, shouldn't this have been discussed beforehand? But apparently not. So Binyam takes Ariella to a church to find out how they could baptize the baby, but they cannot baptize the baby unless the mother is baptized. And Ariella has explained to Binyam that she does not, I guess due to her beliefs as well, she does not want to do that. I don't know where that leaves them off, because it's either your baby's going to get baptized or it's not going to get baptized. How important is it for the baby to be baptized? And I don't know. But it seems like something they're not willing to compromise on. But I feel like if they haven't had, they need to have these serious conversations. How do we feel about punishment for children? How do we feel about I don't know, schooling and like all these different things. When you're kind of bringing a child into this world, you need to discuss this. All of this stuff should have been discussed beforehand, but I'm going to chalk it up to lost in translation and time, where they weren't together for long and then they're kind of fast tracking everything. So yeah, with that being said, we next couple is Brittany and Yazan. So Yazan's uncle has agreed to talk with his father, and now they requested that Yazan and Brittany come to speak with the family again. And I guess in front of the family, the uncle's going to try to explain their side of the story, and then it's kind of like whatever the parents say. It was much more calmer this time around. It seems like Yazan's mom speaks English or understands English properly, because she had no problems understanding what was going on when Brittany was speaking English. And his uncle did a really good job breaking down, like, these are two young people. Fine, you don't want the title of boyfriend and girlfriend. It must be like, I like you to wife, or I like you to husband, which, that's fine, that's your religion. But they're getting to know each other. So let's just label this as friends. They need to know each other. She needs to know about Islam and the culture, the religion, the way of life, for her to make a decision on whether she'd want to go through with the marriage or not. Because what we don't want to happen is we're pressuring her and we're putting this all on her, and then she doesn't like it, and then they separate, and then it kind of looks bad because your son is divorced or separated. So we don't kind of want to set them up for failure. Brittany will make a decision when her dad comes, and throughout this time they just want to get to know each other, and she wants to get to know you, your family, and all this other things. He broke it down really beautifully. He broke it down and made it make sense, to the point that, like, if you were to dispute it, you would just look crazy. So I was really surprised how willing his father was to accept this, and how he was just like, okay. And Brittany, I liked how she also apologized for, like, coming off as disrespectful or maybe not taking it seriously, and that she loves Yazan and she wants to do this for him. So I guess all is forgiven. But, like, the problem for me is, this is all nice and everything, but this just kind of delays the process, because even if her dad comes in a month or 2 months, Brittany's still married. So how are we going to get past that? And I feel like his parents would not forgive her for that. Like, they're trying now, and you're going to now go tell them that you're still married even though you told them that you were divorced. It's not going to work, and they're going to want them to break up. Okay, so last but not least, we have Devin and Jihoon. So the scene takes place kind of what happened in the last episode, where Drusilla starts running and everyone's running after her. So Devin is telling Jihoon, like, go get her, go get Drusilla. And I guess Jihoon had turned around and said, like, stop yelling at me. And while he turned around, he might have maybe slowed down, because he wouldn't have turned around and kept running straight. And so he was running, and her mom ended up catching up to Drusilla and taking her. And where you kind of see where she took her, that she was in the middle of the street. It did look like it was very late, that there wouldn't be traffic or much cars, but she was in the middle of the street. Which, the way Drusilla took off running, I was like, do kids do that? Do kids just really, like, as soon as you let go, they're just like, they're down the street? Anyways, so it's a whole debacle, because Alicia is just like, oh my god, I can't believe this. Like, she could have died. She was getting a little bit over the top with it. And so she takes Drusilla and Taeyang and they go upstairs. Devin speaks with Jihoon. And Devin's just like, instead of you trying to protect your pride and getting upset that I'm speaking to you in a type of way, what you should have been doing is making sure you had Drusilla. And that, like, you're not being a good father and you need to do better. And I feel like every episode, Jihoon is just like, I know I'm a bad dad. I know I'm a shitty father. I want to be better. And I'm just like, I'm tired of hearing it. He acts like, okay, he is a newer father, but like, you gotta, common sense also plays into a lot of what goes on with their situations. Jihoon is a very selfish person, so for him, he has to train himself to think like a family man, to think about other people before him. I'm tired of his mom constantly babying him. He's a grown-ass man. He needs to be handling his own responsibility. He's married. He has children. Like, he has other things to worry about. So, when it kind of seems like Devin is gonna throw in the towel, Jihoon says, like, no, I want to make it work. I'm gonna be better and do better. And he starts crying. And, like, crying, not just like tears, silent tears. Like, he starts crying. And then Devin's just like, and that's nice. Like, you guys still get your act together. So he says that he wants to apologize to Devin's mom for like what happened. So Devin's like, okay, let me get her. And they're talking. And Alicia, she needs to tone down her attitude a bit because she sometimes don't know how to talk to people or don't know how to talk to people in the right tone. And Jihoon said, like, I'm sorry, I effed up, this shouldn't have happened. And Alicia wasn't want to hear any of that. Alicia was just like, she could have died, and like, what if that was Taeyang running? Do you think that you should have been turning around yelling at Devin? You should have been running, and blah blah blah. And it's been like 6 days, you've been effing up. I don't know if I can trust you. I don't know if you're gonna do a good job. At this point, let's just dead it. Let's just dead this relationship, because I really think you're incompetent. And like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel comfortable leaving my children and my grandchildren with you. So like, she had some valid reasons, but the way that she kind of approached the situation was kind of something that I wouldn't do myself, but that's kind of the way she comes across. And once again, Jihoon's feeling sad, but he's optimistic that he's going to be a good father and going to be responsible and going to get a good job. I want to see if he's going to get them a better apartment or a very nice apartment, and who's going to pay for that. So with that being said, I saw some of the previews. It kind of looked more interesting than this episode, but I'm waiting for them to end this season. They've dragged it on for so long. For what reason? I don't know why. So that's the end of my recap of The Other Way, Season 2, Episode 12. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
I'm just a dumb cunt, fucking sick and tired of it. Maybe I could front love, maybe I could buy a zip, maybe I get fucked up. Next time I could save some. Why it's gotta be like this? Why it's gotta be that way? Put it inside. Feel so rise up, banging on that loud.